The British monarchy has always thrived on control of its image, its rituals, and its narrative. From the glittering pageantry of coronations to the carefully worded speeches, nothing was ever left to chance. But in a digital world where scrutiny is relentless and every detail is magnified, even the smallest misstep can grow into a storm. And that is exactly what happened on the eve of Princess Anne's 75th birthday, a milestone meant to be a celebration of duty, legacy, and quiet strength. Instead, it became overshadowed by an astonishing blunder, one that left Buckingham Palace scrambling and royal watchers aghast. Princess Anne is not a woman given to sentimentality. She does not crave public adoration, nor does she indulge in lavish celebrations. For decades, she has been the embodiment of work, a princess who never stopped, never faltered, never strayed into scandal. While her brothers became embroiled in controversy, while her nephews and nieces battled with entitlement and rebellion, Anne remained the same, steady, blunt, unflinching. Her 75th birthday should have been the perfect occasion to remind the public of her immense contribution. Instead, what emerged was a portrait not of Anne herself, but of an institution faltering under its own weight. The error no one expected. When the official royal website unveiled a special facts page about Anne, it seemed like a harmless gesture. A charming way to bring the public closer to the royal, who had given so much and asked for so little. But buried in that page was a detail so wrong it shocked even casual observers. The page claimed that Princess Anne was a stepmother. Not in vague terms, but with invented specifics. It named her supposed stepchildren, Tom and Amy, supposedly through her marriage to Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence. The reality is starkly different. Sir Tim had never been married before his quiet wedding to Anne in Scotland in 1992. He has no children of his own. Their union, discreet and dignified, was a second chance at happiness for Anne after her first marriage to Captain Mark Phillips ended. Together, Anne and Tim have carved out a stable, private partnership. No stepchildren. No complicated family web. Just a simple, enduring companionship. The idea that Anne was a stepmother was not just a minor slip. It was a total fabrication, a glaring insult to the accuracy the palace prides itself upon. Viral shockwave. The mistake might have gone unnoticed decades ago. In the age of print, errors could be quietly corrected, editions recalled, damage contained. But in 2025, with millions of eyes trained on every royal word, the error spread instantly. Screenshots flew across social media within minutes. The page was deleted within hours, but it was too late. Twitter boiled with mockery. If the palace doesn't know Anne's family, why should anyone trust them on anything else? Royal forums dissected the gaffe with forensic intensity. Some suggested it revealed chaos behind palace walls, others saw it as proof of declining standards under King Charles's reign. The speed of the reaction exposed a truth the palace has long feared. In the digital age, even a typo can undermine centuries of crafted dignity. Anne's silence, Anne's strength. Through it all, Princess Anne remained silent. She gave no statement, issued no correction, expressed no anger. She simply carried on with her work. On her birthday, she met representatives from her charities at Buckingham Palace, turning her milestone into an occasion for others. She posed for the official portrait, dignified as always. Her silence was not indifference, it was her philosophy. For Anne, the fuss is irrelevant. Duty is what matters. To complain about an error would be to give it power. Better to ignore it, to prove that her legacy is far stronger than one line on a website. This is the essence of Anne, no drama, no vanity, only work. Anne in that, she is the exact opposite of the palace apparatus around her, an apparatus now shown to be fragile, flawed, and at times careless. The symbolism of the gaffe. To royal historians, the mistake carries layers of meaning. Anne, the one royal who never sought attention, was dragged into controversy not by her own actions, but by the institution itself. It was as if fate conspired to prove that even the most steadfast Windsor cannot escape the cracks forming in the foundation of the monarchy. The symbolism is haunting. As King Charles battles illness, as William steels himself for the throne, as Harry remains estranged, the monarchy leans more than ever on Anne's solidity. Yet even she, the strongest beam in the structure, is not immune to the tremors. This is not the first time royal communications have faltered. In 2019, Prince Andrew's disastrous BBC interview was not only his personal downfall, but also a communications catastrophe, exposing how ill-prepared the palace was for modern media. When Meghan and Harry launched their attacks through interviews and memoirs, the palace struggled to respond with speed or clarity. The incident, though minor by comparison, belongs to the same pattern, an institution reactive, not proactive, stumbling in a world that moves faster than it can adapt. The digital monarchy. The monarchy's challenge in the 21st century is no longer only about ceremony or politics. It is about perception. Every word, every picture, every online posting is a battle for credibility. Once, the monarchy thrived on mystery. Now, mystery is mistrust. The public demands transparency, accuracy, immediacy. That is why the gaffe feels larger than it is. If Buckingham Palace cannot get the simple facts of a beloved princess's family right, how can it claim authority on larger matters? The monarchy's brand is precision, dignity, timelessness. Yet this mistake revealed something else: fallibility, carelessness, fragility. And in the court of public opinion, that is dangerous. A lifetime of service. Yet amid the chaos, Anne herself shines brighter. At 75, she remains the monarchy's hardest-working royal. Year after year, she outpaces even the younger Windsors in engagements. She visits charities no one else remembers, attends ceremonies long ignored, represents Britain abroad with blunt efficiency. She has no illusions about fame, no taste for luxury, no patience for nonsense. Her birthday could have been a spectacle. She could have demanded attention, sought grandeur, basked in the glow. Instead, she worked. Just as she always has. Perhaps that is why the palace's mistake felt so insulting. Anne's legacy needs no embellishment. She does not need invented stepchildren, invented drama, or invented trivia. Her life, lived with relentless duty, is already more compelling than fiction. The last unbreakable Windsor. And so, as the era fades from headlines, what remains is not the embarrassment, but the contrast. On one side, Buckingham Palace, struggling to control its narrative, stumbling over digital missteps. On the other, Princess Anne, unwavering, immovable, indifferent to noise. She is 75, but she is still the same woman who once brushed off a would-be kidnapper with the words, "Not bloody likely." Still the woman who rides horses at dawn, who attends engagements in the rain, who puts work above all else. Still the woman who has outlasted gossip, scandal, and now even the palace's own incompetence. The monarchy may wobble. Anne does not. The final question. This leaves us with a question more unsettling than the mistake itself. If even Princess Anne, the most uncontroversial of royals, can be dragged into a communications blunder, what hope does the monarchy have in handling the storms yet to come? When Charles grows weaker, when William becomes king, when Harry continues to haunt from across the Atlantic, will the palace be ready? Or will more mistakes, more embarrassments, more cracks appear? For now, Anne endures. But the institution around her, that remains uncertain.